joining us from his new home after he didn't betray the city. He did what he had to do. He
completed the victory lap.
Scott Bars, what's cracking?
Yo, what's doing, Brisbane fans? Good to hear your voice, Lilo and friends.
No, look, man, it's a pleasure to have you on. You one of the busiest guys in the city. I feel like everything's slowed down a bit since you've gone, but I want to hear, what have you been up to since you've been down in Melbourne? You've established yourself well.
Bro, I've been doing so much, man. I've been working on the Kicking It With Cardia radio show, which is on Kiss FM every week.
Dude, you make us look so bad, bro. It's like such a professional touch, man. It's some great hip-hop radio. I'm glad to see you're elevating it across the country.
Hey, shit, man. Well, we started at 4ZZZ. It was late 2021. Deefa put me on. Late Night Collective was just a show on Z.
Oh,
Z
true.
Digital.
He was on
my first intro to the radio, and everything that I learned working with you guys and shooting in the Valley studio, I just took that knowledge and ran with that.
Deefa taught him everything he knows.
We were just
100%.
reflecting on you had that sick house party early on as well. That was a dope event, man.
Yeah, that was absolutely awesome, bro. Like, I just remember 16
played?
years old. I played with Bracco. Yeah, that shit was nuts.
What was your duo?
It was Jumpers, but Scotty Bars was headlining. Did you even get to play, Scott?
Yeah, I played my full set. It was so funny. We just managed to get through all the acts, and then we chucked the open mic at the end. Deefa and Brad jumped up, and they got through about 2.5 songs when the cops shut it down. And I came in and I was like, guys, the cops are here. We need to stop for a second. And Deefa, I'm pretty sure you're like 17, was just like, fuck the cops, man. We're going to rage.
It's so easy for the 17-year-old to say fuck the cops as well.
That was a minor. That's the
And you
reason
weren't
why.
even at your house.
And I know you've been busy on the audio visual, but as far as the Scott Bars music, what's been cracking?
So I dropped my debut album back in September, Growing Up, which you just heard 2 of the songs from that. So thanks for spinning those. I've been trying to get my skills up, learning how to master for vinyl and stuff, so I can do everything myself, like front to back. So we got the vinyls for Growing Up.
Yeah, bro,
I got them in the mail the other day.
We've got
they're
them
about
in
to go
hand.
on sale.
Yeah, we've got the vinyls in the studio thanks to Fremo.
And the CD and the cassettes.
Yeah,
right,
the end-to-end burners feature. We got all 3 Scott Bars physicals.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh, I want to say shout out to Fremo, bro. I can't believe they got you as a host on PTA. I leave for 1 year and this is what happened.
Yeah, man, I needed backup bad, bro. I had to look for able bodies in the scene, and Fremo still had that hopeful glint in his eye. So with this guy, we can juice this guy for sure. But actually,
yeah.
I will
Fuck
pass it
is
over
weird.
to Fremo. Fremo, you did a bit of Scott Bars research and stuff. You got any questions for the man while we've got him?
We got the Growing Up vinyl, the CD, your feature on Visceral's mixtape, and then the Mixed Bag XL vinyl. This is one of one, isn't it?
That is one of one. Fremo
That's
is an
crazy.
early investor in the Scott Bars company, man. That Mixed Bag XL and a few other ones, I only did 1 or 2 copies just as a tester to see if it's possible. He was happy to invest, so I appreciate that. And he's actually got a track on there. I believe it's Risk It Remix by Fremo.
man. That's my one and only
Song
music
on
on
wax.
vinyl. Yeah, it's on there
Yeah.
forever. So shouts out to you, man. You're putting everybody on. There'd be a bunch of
Bro,
people on this project.
We just trying to make our dreams come true, bro. Make shit happen, work as hard as we can. And I appreciate anyone who is tapped in and is also putting the work in, like you guys.
Hey, man, I don't want to leak your shit, but we got a bit of that action coming up with the Growing Up tape too.
We do. Well, there's we got something in the work. We'll just say that.
I see Deefa in the background. He's actually putting the record on for your juicy listening ears. No, all the people at home, you're going to be able to hear these Scott Bars on wax.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Scotty.
an absolute blessing for you.
What song do you want us to play on wax?
I reckon we're gonna have to play Rose Tinted Glasses, featuring Jazz and Coombs. That's a solid one.
This is how radio's supposed to
which
work.
track
You're
would
supposed to
that be?
buy it and bring it in, but we.
Well, it does make sense, seeing as Scott's been very vocal with his Spotify vengeance. So it's only
Number
fair that
11.
we play off. But look, we are going to play some tracks. We'll start off with something not off the vinyl, just so we can figure it out. Then we will play off the vinyl and give Scott a call back and find out what he has got planned for the rest of the year. This is
Yes, sir.
PTA 102.1 4ZZZ. Can you give us any shout outs, Scott? Any messages for the people of Brisbane?
Shout out to anyone that's listening. Shout out to anyone at our Deefa's venue, bro. Shout out to anyone that's been supporting the Brizzy scene. I got no clue what's happening in the past year, but I'm sure it's alive and well.
Look, we got Scott Bars over the phone. What suburb are you now claiming in Melbourne?
So I live in a suburb called Reservoir, and it's Reservoir, not Reservoir. I had to consciously reprogram my brain, because if you say reservoir, then the locals laugh at you.
Damn. Is there a reason they choose to use a different pronunciation of reservoir?
I'm not certain, but I feel like it might be like some colonial British hangover thing.
It's these Melbourne hipsters. They do what they like.
Is there a ton of coffee shops?
In Reservoir, not so much.
Bro, it's
I'm about
lame,
40
Melbourne.
minutes.
Is it the
40
trenches?
minutes north of the city, bro. I'm out in the burbs, but that's probably going to change soon. I'm going to move to St Kilda in a few months, which is very close to the city.
Yeah, no doubt. And look, for the listeners, for the Brisbane Scott Bars fans, what is the 2026 plan? What's the rollout?
You know, it's funny that you asked about Reservoir, right? Because I dropped my debut EP a few years ago now called Mixed Bag, and this is a world exclusive for PTA. I'm officially announcing my next project. It's titled Mixed Bag 2, The Reservoir Tape, baby. It's a sequel to Mixed Bag.
Fuck yeah.
Exclusive.
And they better make sure they say reservoir correctly.
Exactly, Reservoir. But now this EP is going to be a collection of random songs that are not really connected in any way other than the fact that they were made in the first year that I lived in Melbourne with locals. Some of the tracks talking about things that I've seen and experienced here since I've got here, and some of my personal growth and how it's changed me.
Oh, true, Scott. Does that Banh Mi place we went to when I visited you get a mention in the album?
Man, it hasn't, but I think I'm gonna have to add that in. That's a very good point that you bring that up. The Banh Mi's down here are fucking crazy. It spoiled me, man. I came back to Brisbane a few months ago and they just weren't hitting the same.
Damn, they actually got us on Banh Mi's. That's
Yeah, man.
Shouts out to the Reservoir
pretty nice.
dogs. They're
Can we expect this one on vinyl as well, man?
Absolutely. The whole reason that I want to do EPs and albums from now on is I want to have like full physical releases, and all of my physical releases, think of it like an early access. You'll get it like 3 months before streaming if you decide to buy it, plus all the bonus content that comes with it.
Yeah, we just spun your vinyl in the studio here, man, and it was surreal, the experience, just hearing you on vinyl like that.
No, I appreciate that, man. It was trippy for me too. Like I never even thought that was a possibility, but you know, it's just incredible with technology these days what you can make happen if you're willing to just put your head down and figure it out. Because yeah, there was a lot of speed bumps, but you can do it.
Yeah, you can definitely do it, and I think things always sound a little crispier straight off the vinyl personally.
How does the process
100%.
start to like actually get a vinyl made?
You just go through a company, a pressing plant, but the hardest part is finding one that, for small artists, it's hard to find one that will press them for less than 100 copies at a time.
And
Nice.
you can just do small little batches for the people. But I think as what you've sort of been pushing as far as moving away from total worship of streaming platforms, I think the vinyls and the physical stuff really gives you a chance to connect with your fans before you just chuck it into the big pool of soup in the streaming world. So yeah, no. And as far as other than Mixed Bag 2, what else have you got planned? Surely Melbourne Scott has more going on.
Well, I got a few music videos that I'm shooting for some of the local artists. I've been pretty busy with the radio show and the Ripe Hip Hop show, which are both connected. Ripe Hip Hop being a hip hop event that's on once a month in St Kilda. It's sort of like a hip hop showcase / open mic, open cypher. It's just a really good like sort of open-minded environment with all sorts of skill levels with the hip-hop. You know, everyone from like veterans to beginners who it's their first time on stage are all mixing in the same venue on the same night. And yeah, I've been doing videography for them for the last 6 months, and just want to keep continuing helping to build that business with the right crew, because they're good people in it for the right reasons, just because we all love music and supporting each other.
Just a question as well, Scotty. Do you still call it Southeast Sounds, or is that a different thing now? Are you in the Southeast, or is that not relevant?
So I'm technically in the north right now, but when I move to St Kilda, I will be in the southeast.
Okay, so he almost betrayed his own company name, but he's going to save it for us.
I've sort of semi-unofficially retired Southeast Sounds, even though my vinyls come out through the unofficial Southeast Sounds record label. But with all my video content, I've decided to just post everything directly to Scott Bars, because a lot of the issues I had with having a separate account is everyone would know Southeast Sounds, but they wouldn't know me or like my music.
Yeah.
And getting eyes on my music was sort of like the main priority. So when I got to Melbourne, I was just like, man, screw it. Everything is going to be connected directly to Scott Bars. And, you know, if people don't rock with my music, then that's cool, but maybe they'll rock with like the other video stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah. And what's any last shout outs before we play the next track?
Shout out everyone in Brisbane, my family, my fans. Shout out anyone in Melbourne that tuned in, and please buy the Growing Up vinyl and CD. And I urge people to consider deactivating your Spotify account and buy music again if you can.
Damn.
If you can't afford my music, you can just steal it. That's all good.
Wow.
It is the noble path. It's what we've got to do. Thankfully, we're almost playing purely.
Final.
Yeah, we're real about it. But actually, just quickly, I did have one last question. Seeing as you've been down there marinating in the hyper-cultured waters of Melbourne, who are some of the artists you've discovered down there that you think either we should give a spin or we should know a bit more about?
So there's these two cats I've been working with, Austin Cleary. I've got a few songs coming up with him. He's a producer first and rapper sort of second, like me. He's got some really interesting ideas, and also another cat called Scrammer as well, who came from a singer-songwriter background, guitar player, so I relate to him a lot. We've been working on a couple things, so yeah, Austin Cleary, Scrammer, shout out to the boys, the bros.
Right. Well, look, shout out to you, Scott. Appreciate everything you do for the Australian hip-hop scene. And yeah, you guys have done some really sick content down there. You've had some big stars through the Ripe.
Yeah, those
When
nights
can
pop
people
off.
catch that?
Where can the people find all those live streams and stuff?
The Kicking It With Cardio radio show is every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Kiss FM.
Should have gone
That's
earlier
Melbourne
slot.
time. The Ripe Hip Hop Show is every month in St Kilda. It changes days a bit, but it's on once a month, every month. And yeah, if you're a rapper in Melbourne, just come down, sign up for the open mic. We'll friggin' see you there.
All right. Well, look, we're going to play some more artists, including some Scott Bars. We're going to release him back into the streets of Reservoir and let the true Reservoir dog free off the leash. Thank you very much for joining us via the phone, and we will definitely catch up. Hopefully next time you're in the city itself.
Yes, I will be back in Brisbane around July for a couple of weeks, so we'll definitely be due for a catch-up.
Yeah, Scotty, I might need a video from you, mate.
You know who to call.
All right, well, look, we're going to get into some more tracks. Language and concept warning.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.